Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Solomon Wangwe and you're watching On Land in Kenya. I'm very excited about the episode that we're about to shoot. I'm having candid conversation with the government of Kajiado County through the County Executive Committee member for Lands and Housing, Honorable Hamilton Parseina. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. Honorable Parseina, thank you so much for making time to let us come and visit you in your office.
Sure.
So I'll just get straight into it. If you would kindly, for the benefit of the viewer, introduce yourself,
yes.
Tell us what you do.
Yes, I'll introduce myself because you got it wrong. So I'll make a correction.
Okay.
But before that, let me welcome you to my office, Solomon, and your team. It's a pleasure having you. I think we are going to have a candid conversation, although it's going to be very short.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Hamilton Parseina. I'm the CEC in charge of lands, physical planning, and urban development, not housing.
Okay.
Yes.
Duly noted.
Yes.
Okay. And this is a role you've played for Kajiado County government since last year?
Since last year.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I just want to say it's unprecedented for us. Our viewers know, we at Goshen Acquisitions, what we do. We are land investors. We invest in land all over the country. We've been investing in Kajiado for the last 6 years, 6.5 years actually.
Yeah.
And we have never had the kind of access that you have accorded us, which for me is something I'm really excited for because it speaks to the delivery to the citizenry, which is important. So I just want to register my thanks.
Although I would also want to say that, it's not a favor that I'm doing to you. I think it is a constitutional mandate that we give information when it is due to the public.
Yes.
And also it serves our interests as well, because we'll be able to communicate with the rest of the general public.
Yes.
So our office is always open. We practice open door policy, not only to your team, but also to the rest of other companies.
Yes.
So anytime you're welcome, just need to fix a meeting and you'll have us converse with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Asante. Over the last few months, probably almost a year, I think I've been doing videos just sharing our experience with the marketplace about how to go about safely investing and acquiring land.
Yes.
Primarily agricultural land. That's our specialty.
Yes,
we like
yes,
agricultural land because it has a freehold status. We're not paying annual taxes and rents to any authority. And a lot of that, in many cases, as the banks label it, is speculative.
Yes.
That has many advantages. It's one of the reasons we've loved investing in Kajiado County.
Yes, yes.
And one of the things I've always advised our customers and people out there in the marketplace is make sure you follow due process. That goes all the way from doing due diligence properly without corruption.
True.
Just to make sure that you're not exposed as a land buyer. Also has to do, I think more importantly for us as investors, the land control and fragmentation policies. I mention that specifically because that's what our company does. We buy as big as we can in specific parts of the country, subdivide, do basic value addition, access, roads and beacons and that kind of thing. And we allow members of the public who are interested in owning land affordably to buy. And one of the things I've had an issue with is the notion of selling 50 by 100 plots, which is 1/8 of an acre, or 100 by 100, which is 1/4 of an acre. In fact, in the very beginning of our journey, we were informed very clearly by the land control board that we used to come to and still do for permissions and consents, that anything under an acre you cannot subdivide if it's agricultural land, and in some parts it's even larger. And so this is information I've been trying to get out there, but the market is suspicious of people like us because we have an interest, obviously. And so I just wanted to ask Honorable Parseina, what is the county's current position on this whole issue of land fragmentation?
True. The market is very suspicious of you. These companies, very, very suspicious. But I'm happy to note that I've never had a case to handle that is negative in respect to Goshen properties. At least that I can have it go on record.
Yes, thank you.
But we have quite a number of companies that we are having problems with. Yeah. Most of them are circles, some of them are not circles, but they are still land buying companies.
Okay.
In fact, we are thinking of blacklisting them from doing business in Kajiado.
Okay.
And I would wish to state from the onset that as Kajiado government and Kajiado General is speaking for on behalf of the Kajiado residents, we welcome investors to Kajiado. Investors come with opportunities, jobs are created, and you know, there are a lot of goodies that come with investment.
Yes.
So we are happy to have investors, but we also want investors who are serious and investors who, if you look at the balance,
yes,
they offer more than what they take. And so whether you're dealing with land or whatever that property that you're dealing in the county, you're always most welcome. But having said that, I think we also need to have a controlled environment, in this respect, because you are talking about land, that is my docket. I'll restrict myself to investors who are coming to invest on land. And you just need to understand the context in which we are coming from as Kajiado, because we had a situation where land was just being sold like a piece of bread.
Yes.
It was being subdivided like doesn't exist rules on planning.
Yes.
And not even that, but even issues of ownership. Yeah, you find one single property being owned or claimed by more than multiple people, even sometimes up to 6. But these are things that we are trying to handle, and I think we have done our best for the last one year. We have done a lot of transfers from our registries, especially from the national government registry, both in Kajiado and Ngong. In fact, the reason I'm giving you very short time here is because I'm having a meeting with the Land Control Board members in Ngong.
In Ngong town.
In Ngong.
Yes.
Because one of the areas where we're having a lot of difficulties is in Kajiado West. Kajiado West is in the hands of the Olalaisa or Ngong Land Control Board.
Okay.
So today they are meeting, and we needed to meet with them so that I get to let them to understand exactly what their mandate entails.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are coming from that context where we are having difficulties. In fact, if you look at quite a number of banks, they are these days very reluctant to take title deeds from Kajiado.
Yes, from Kajiado because of the perceived risk in security.
Yes, they are not perceived, but they are real. They are real.
Okay.
We have situations where officers at the registry who are colluding with brokers and other fraudsters, and you know, they take properties of people. We have had cases of people even collapsing, and you know, once they hear that their property is no longer in their hands.
Right. Yeah, sure.
So when you see us coming very hard on these issues of transactions, it is because of that prevailing situation.
So guys, tune in, share this video as widely as you can. Make sure people understand what's going on so that they don't get caught flat-footed and lose their hard-earned money making wrong investments because they took shortcuts or someone took advantage of their ignorance. right? So if you have questions, send them in. We're happy to answer them. Check out our website, check out our social media platforms. We will also include the Kajiado County website linkages.
Sure.
And as I said, you can download for free the new land zoning subdivision policy for Kajiado County. It will stipulate what areas are allowed for what sizes and what uses. Very important. You're watching On Land in Kenya, the Law of the Land segment. I am Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information on strategic land investment.